pressure in lots of big markets and lots of teams are successful. Where do you land on that as an explanation for the team's shortcomings?
Like you just said it, and there's pressure everywhere. I don't care where you're playing. If you're playing in that Game 7 and you're in Columbus, there's pressure to win. Okay, the only pressure that we should feel is right inside the locker room from each other. That's honestly my opinion. There's a lot of things that go through your mind in these big games, from a mental standpoint, and you may not have your A game in these games, but what you have to rely on is your structure. And when I look at these games and I look at the situations that arrived and hurt us in these games, we lost our structure, and that's very important that we take this away and that we come back next year. Structure is very important. And if you don't lose your structure, you can get through these games without having your A game.
What is missing here that would bridge the gap to what you experienced in 2019 in St. Louis?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I said, I really like this team. I think this team is a very good team. To get over that hump, like I said, we have to learn from this Game 7 here going forward, and we will learn from it, and we'll be better. But they're different teams, okay? They're different teams. They're constructed differently than this team, but they're both capable of winning. From a talent standpoint and character and toughness, I call it, we have a lot of that here on this team. And we just have to learn to do things a little bit differently in big games and big moments. And that's the difference of getting you over the hump. For me, the takeaway is yeah, it hurts right now. It hurts. So remember that throughout the summer, because it hurts, and it takes a lot to win in this league, and it takes a lot of pain to win in this league, from what we talked about with injuries and how hard you got to play and all that. So for me, a big takeaway is you go home this summer and you become tougher mentally and tougher physically, because you're going to need it for next year.
Would you like to see, personally then, would you like to see the team re-sign John and Mitch?
100%.
All right.